74-year-old man sits at his webcam. He's a millionaire, a fugitive, and a prophet. And he types 7 words the internet never forgot. If I hang myself, a la Epstein, it won't be my doing. 2 years later, he was found hanging in a prison cell. Official cause? Suicide. But the man who built the biggest antivirus empire told us something was coming. This isn't just a story about death. It's a story about secrets. 31 terabytes of them. A man who claimed to have blackmail files on presidents, CEOs, intelligence agencies, everything. A man who ran from the FBI through not only one country, but 3 countries. A man who predicted his own murder on camera. Tonight, we discuss every piece of evidence. And by the end, you have the option to decide if you want to take a side on this. 1987. The world is just learning what a computer virus is. And one man sees opportunity in the chaos. His name? Born in England, raised in Virginia. He worked at NASA, UNIVAC, and Xerox. He was brilliant. He was so unhinged. An alcoholic by 15 and a cocaine addict by 30. Fired from companies for showing up high. But in 1987, sober, sharp, hungry, he founded McAfee Associates, the world's first commercial antivirus company. By 1994, he sold his stake. Over $100 million. He should have retired, bought a yacht, disappeared to some amazing country. I don't know. But instead, he made this. He hated the company. He hated the company that bore his name. He hated authority and he hated rules. 2008. The financial crisis wipes out most of the McAfee fortune. From $100 million all the way down to just a measly little $4 million. So it does what any eccentric millionaire would do. He moved to Belize, a jungle compound, armed bodyguards, and he begins experimenting with bath salts. Now, he claimed it was a herbal antibiotic. No, bath salts aren't a herbal antibiotic. Neighbors claimed it was a meth lab. The Belizean government raided his compound. He was released, but McAfee was now at war. Then came November 11th, 2012. McAfee neighbor Gregory Fall found dead, face down. A single 9mm gunshot to the back of his head. The 2 men had been feuding. Fall complained to McAfee about barking dogs. Days before the murder, those dogs were poisoned. McAfee blamed Fall. Now Fall was dead. Brazilian police wanted him for questioning. His response? He went on the run. Disguised as a homeless German tourist, hid in jungles, buried himself in sand, stuffed phones in chip bags to block signals, and blogged about it the whole time. He was arrested in Guatemala, faked a heart attack to delay deportation, and he was never charged with Fall's murder. But in 2019, the U.S. government found him liable. Penalty, $25 million. Back in the U.S., McAfee reinvented himself, this time as a crypto evangelist, charged over $105,000 per tweet. And in 2017, he made the most insane crypto prediction in crypto history. Bitcoin will hit $500,000 by 2020. If not, I will eat my own on national TV. He later upped the bet to $1 million. And as everybody knows, Bitcoin did not hit $1 million, and he did not eat his on live TV. But while he made jokes, the government was building a case. October 5th, 2020, the Department of Justice unveiled an indictment. Years of unfiled returns. Same day, the SEC charges him with pump and dump schemes. If convicted, up to 30 years. And in Spain, they were waiting. What happens next is either a desperate suicide or a cornered fugitive, or one of the most brazen assassinations in human history. Stay with me now, because the next 60 seconds will make you question everything. October 3rd, 2020. John McAfee boards a flight at Barcelona airport. Destination, Istanbul. He never makes it to the gate. Spanish authorities arrest him on a U.S. warrant. He's thrown into Brian's 2 penitentiary, a high-security prison outside of Barcelona. And for 9 months, he fights. Interviews from prison, tweets from the inside, claims of political persecution. Then comes June 23rd, 2021. The morning starts like any other. 10 a.m., Spain National Court announces its decision. McAfee will be extradited to the United States. He faces life in an American prison. That afternoon, he calls his wife, Janice. She said he sounded normal, calm, even hopeful. A few hours later, 6:50 p.m., guards perform a routine check. They find John McAfee hanging from a bedsheet. Medical staff attempt resuscitation for over 1 hour. It doesn't work. At 7:55 p.m., John McAfee is pronounced dead. He was 75 years old. But within hours, the internet erupted. Because McAfee didn't just hint that he would be killed. He told everyone. And nobody looked. I am content in here. I have friends. All is well. Know that if I hang myself, a la Epstein, it won't be my doing. And then the tattoo. On his right bicep, in capital letters, one word. Whacked. Named after a cryptocurrency he created himself. Built around the theory that Epstein did not kill himself. That wasn't a man preparing to die quietly. He was building a paper trail. So let's break down the 5 biggest conspiracies. What really happened that night? Theory 1, the most popular one by far. McAfee was murdered inside of the prison by intelligence officers, same as Epstein. Evidence for this is he publicly told people this was going to happen. The tattoo, the tweets, and the cryptocurrency kind of build that case also. Surveillance cameras reportedly had gaps after hours of the extradition warning. Convenient timing. Now there's evidence against this. No physical evidence of the struggle. Spanish autopsy ruled it a suicide. He faced decades in prison, which is a motive for suicide. Theory 2. Now stay with me here. Hours after McAfee's death, an Instagram linked to him posted one image. The letter Q. No ladder, no explanation, just Q. Now there's evidence for this. McAfee was a master of, I guess you could say, disappearance. He'd done it before in Belize. He had crypto wallets worth millions, untraceable. His wife Janice said, "I hope he's alive." His body was identified, the autopsy was performed. Faking a death from a Spanish maximum security prison is nearly impossible. Here's the third theory, the cartel revenge. McAfee made enemies in Belize, and powerful ones. He accused the Prime Minister of drug smuggling, which isn't crazy for Belize. Claimed the cartels tried to kill him multiple times. Now there's evidence for this, of course. He repeatedly said officials wanted him dead. Cartels have global reach, even the European prisons. Multiple Belize witnesses died strangely. Evidence against this, it's almost been a decade. Why now? And no documents related to Brian's 2 prison. Theory 4, and this is the one that scares people. McAfee claimed he had 31 terabytes of compromising data on world leaders, corporations, and intelligence agencies. He called it his dead man switch. If he died, it would all be released. So you ask, where is it? Because he's dead. Now, here's some evidence for this. McAfee was a cybersecurity legend. McAfee's on damn near everyone's computer. He absolutely had the skills to have this compromising data. He name-dropped officials in interviews. Fragments have allegedly leaks. Nothing major has been released. Many believe it was just a bluff, like a protection mechanism. Unless it was disabled before he died. Now, here's Theory 5. McAfee said he had worked with or against intelligence agencies. He claimed the knowledge of backdoor loops, surveillance programs, and off-the-book records, and operations. Now, here's the evidence. There's decades of cybersecurity access. He named agencies in multiple interviews. Extradition would force public testimony. Now here's the cons to it. There's no evidence of CIA involvement, like no documents, but the world we live in, there's probably not a documents on a lot of things that we don't know. McAfee was known to exaggerate a lot. Spanish authorities say it was a suicide. His family demanded a second autopsy. The results never made public. His wife still believes he was murdered. The truth, we may never know. But here's what we do know. A man who found hidden threats in code. A man who claimed to hold secrets that could topple governments. A man who told the world repeatedly that he would never take his own life. Died alone in a prison cell. Hours after being told he'd be sent home. Maybe it was suicide. Maybe it was murder. Or maybe he's still out there, watching.